Have you ever found yourself avoiding your bank account, not checking the balance, not opening bills or checking those emails, and basically just wanting to disappear in a hole when money becomes stressful? Let's do some EFT tapping so you can immediately release some stress, and we'll also go to the deeper layers of why we feel this stress response around money in the first place. So even though I am feeling completely overwhelmed by this money situation, part of me wants to go in a cave and disappear. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though stress and money stress make me shut down, I want to put my head in the sand. It feels safer not to look at it and not to know. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and this old pattern. And even though part of me feels that money is not reliable or consistent, I never know when it's going to be there and when it's going to leave. I'm becoming aware of all of this, and I deeply and completely accept my emotions. All this stress in my body right now. I feel so stressed and tense about money. I feel it in my body. I feel the tension. Maybe I have shallow breathing. This financial situation makes me want to hide or run. There's just too much uncertainty right now. I never know if it's going to be enough or get better. And all of this uncertainty is exhausting me. It's exhausting my nervous system. It's making me feel insecure. And so I hide. I avoid. I don't look at my bank account. Part of me stops functioning when I'm under this stress. And not knowing feels safer than facing it. This is how I've learned to survive. And my nervous system has been doing this for a long time. It feels like there's never any consistency or predictability around money. It comes and it goes. And even if I always end up having enough, I still always stress about the future. It's as if past proof that things were okay doesn't count. This feeling of inconsistency is oh too familiar. It reminds me of other times in my life when things were hot and cold. When people were hot and cold. Where I never quite knew how long things would be okay. When I never knew how long the good times would last. before something changed. Maybe money learned to behave the same way other people behaved towards me. Unreliable, unpredictable. Sometimes it's there and it's great, and then it's gone. And somewhere along the way, I started to brace for when it goes away. Maybe part of me is being regressed to all the times. And I've transmuted that old energy onto my money relationship. Maybe I want to reject money and avoid it before it rejects me. Maybe I never want to have too much for too long in case it just goes away. At least when it's always unpredictable, I don't get too attached and hurt when it goes. I have not learned to be safe consistently around money. What if money feels like that inconsistent person? What if my nervous system thinks abundance is a threat? So just like I avoid other things or close relationships, or just like I might be anxious around close relationships, here it is exactly the same with money. My nervous system has been protecting me from the pain of having and losing. I choose to acknowledge the pattern now. That was a very intelligent adaptation. So thank you, body. Thank you, my mind. Thank you for keeping me safe from heartbreak. But actually, I'm not so happy around money. It's horribly exhausting to be in this position. I'm kind of in freeze mode where I can't take action. And I can't use worry and stress as currency to pay my bills. Panic has not once transmuted into money in my account. Overthinking does not get me dollars delivered. And when I shut down and avoid and don't look at my bank account, I kind of feel like I'm being oppressed by money. I feel like I'm a prey escaping from a scary predator. I don't want to be a prey to money. That's one very unhealthy dynamic. And I know how to calm my nervous system down. I know how to quiet the fight or flight response. I'm doing it brilliantly now. I'm open to the possibility that this is no longer useful for me. I remember so many times I thought things were not going to work out. And they did. The money always showed up. I always was able to keep a roof above my head and food on the table. Do I really want to spend the rest of my life stressed and panicked about money? Because all of these years I've been stressed. I could have felt neutral because it turned out to be okay. Do I really want to keep doing that? Or is there a better way and better relationship I can have with money? What if consistency with money starts from within? What if I could consistently acknowledge that it does always come when I really need it? What if I can grow stability from within so money can be stable? I am open to appreciate everything that money has done for me. So my money and bank account can appreciate too. What you appreciate tends to grow. What you don't depreciates and goes to zero. I choose to be grateful for the presence of money right now, even if it's little. Because even if I have a little now, if I had even less, I wished I'd be back where I am now. So what if I can appreciate what I do have now? Wealth is built not through accumulating money. Wealth is built by acknowledging the wealth in my life. I'm learning to trust money a little more each day. How could money be more present when I always talk badly about it or am mad at it? If money was a person who always ended up showing up for me, that person would not want to continue staying around me if I'm always ungrateful. When I think about it, money has been very patient with me and my thoughts about it. I'm open to a new relationship with abundance, money, and safety. I already had hot and cold when I was younger, and I did not sign up for that. So what if I stop continuing the pattern of hot and cold in adulthood? That's the greatest gift I can give to myself. I choose to stay present with my finances. I choose to tap and be calm so I can be more creative. By staying present, I'm telling my mind the danger is less or over. And that becomes a positive loop for the future. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Something I've noticed time and time again is that when money just wouldn't stick around clients, and we work on the money blocks, we work on the receiving blocks, one question I ask them is, what or who does money remind you of? And oftentimes, and that had been the case in my life too, they will say something like, I feel so rejected by money. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much heart and soul and energy I pour into it, I always feel rejected by it. Nothing I do is ever good enough. And very often, that's exactly when they felt in a relationship, when a partner wasn't choosing them or was cheating or was not honest. It might have been the way they felt about their mom or their dad, not being consistent, being hot and cold, or having amazing moments only for them to disappear the next day. So, food for thought. I hope that this was really, really helpful. Very oftentimes, money issues have nothing to do with money, but everything to do with a pattern that was learned earlier in life with money or without money, and that has now kind of transposed itself or transmuted into the money relationship. Thank you so much for tapping, and I'll see you in the next video.